मंगलम गौतम गणी मंगलम कुंद कुंदहार द्योग जैन धर्मोस्तु मंगलम। जय जैनेन्द्र सर और मेरे सब सहपाठियों को जय जैनेन्द्र। टुडे आई एम प्रेजेंटिंग on Jain Metaphysics, Paper 1 of Semester 2, which the source I have collected is from Panchastikai, which is written by Sri Acharya Kundakunda Acharya, and Pachis Bol. From various agams it is being picked up. Based on that, whatever I have collected, I'll be presenting it. Before we start Panchastikai and about its, let us understand how our Acharya Kundakunda Acharya, what is his background. To understand that, Acharya Kundakunda was a revered Jain sage and philosopher who was around 1st century. And he was born in South India and took Diksha from Acharya Guru Bhadrabahu. And then his other main guru was Acharya Jin Chandra. And he was doing Ugra Vihars all around the place. And ultimately he took Salekana and died at Ponnur near in Tamil Nadu. Lately, I had a chance to visit Kundadri Hills, which is located in Western Ghats. And when I went there, there is a second topmost tip of Western Ghats where Acharya Kundakunda had done sadhanas. And there, the Pandit who was there, he was telling that how Acharya's background, which even our sir had told us in the first class, that when he went to Mahaviday under Tirthankar Bhagwan, he attained knowledge. Again, he came back. Then he gave his thought process here and wrote so many agams on Tadpatra and all. So this, when the philosophy is going there, and what we have seen, and if you see that particular Kundadri Hills, you will ultimately feel that yes, there was something. After when we talk about Himalayas or Sammet Sikars, even this Kundadri Hills comes into a place where our Acharya Kundakunda Swami was doing his sadhanas and wrote various granths about it. And his famous granths were Jnana Granth, Samayasar, Niyamasar, Pravachansar, and Panchastikai, which Parma Agam is being called, and 884 Pahud was his famous granths which he has written. And his fellow commentators, Tikakars, were Acharya Amrit Chandra and Acharya Jaisen. Why we talk about background of Acharya Kundakunda is he was visionary. After Tirthankar's knowledge was passed on to Ganadhars, and from Ganadhars it came to Bhadrabahu and other Acharyas. And from there the Patavali started in Digambar sect of Acharya Kundakunda, where he brought in so much entitlement that even though the belief of Agams were not there, he brought his so many granths into the place and putting in all in one way, like Samayasar, Niyamasar, and Panchastikai. It gives insight that the physics what we talk today or the science what we talk today was at that point of time, it was laid down. And that is how this metaphysics in Jainism is brought into it. To start with this Panchastikai, when we read any particular Granth, Agam, we have to start with Mangalacharan. Why? Because the Mangalacharan gives us the Astitva and Anistha or Parihar, which we want to do, what we want to do. It leads to into a positive frame of mind and what we have to do and how we should learn this. This helps us to understand where we are and how we should be learning it. In our first stanza of Panchastikai, which is being told, why it is told as Mangalacharan, because the Jina who are worshipped by 100 Indras, whose words are beneficial for all the three worlds, pleasing and unambiguous. It is very pleasing and unambiguous. Unambiguous, no bias, nothing. Who are endowed with infinite qualities and who have won over the worldly existence. To just elaborate what are these 100 Indras coming from, that is Bhavanvasi Dev, Vyanvantar Dev, Kalpavasi Dev, Jyotisi Dev, Chakravarti, that is Manushya Mein and Tiryansh Mein. One put together, it is 100 Indras who bow down. Asti, Astitva means what we have prepared for that. That is why the Mangalacharan helps us to promote. Even if we see till today, whatever Jainology classes we have started, none of our teachers have started the class like that only. They have started with Mangalacharan. This is the stepping stone even to learn us. Even when we discuss in a small forum or any small meeting, we start with small Mangalacharan because that gives us a good vibration, good lead, and what we have to achieve in a proper and simpler way. Many of us, when we leave our house, also we take Manglik. When we meet Guru Maharaj, we take Manglik. This is all a charan of Manglacharan, which substances that. That is the reason the jinas are worshipped by Indras. To coming up to Panchastikai, what is Asti? Asti means existence. Kai means Sharir, Bahu Pradeshi, Sankhya. Panchastikai is measured by Pradesh, which has five dravyas, is Bahu Pradeshi. That is called Astikai. Panch plus Asti plus Kai is called Panchastikai. When we talk Keval Gyani, Agam, what is Samay, we understand from Panchastikai's angle what Acharya has told. What is Samay? Samay means system. And system means we just is not the system which we understand in our day-to-day today's life. But this is a system where it is brought in by Acharya, saying that what Tirthankaras have told and what we should do. We bow down to the Samay or Agam or scripture by bowing our head to Keval Gyani. Because the ultimate Gyan, what we can achieve or we have seen or we have understood is Keval Gyan. If Keval Gyan is there, we can know Sampurna Lok and Alok, Pratyaksh, Rupi, Arupi, everything can be understood. But when we don't have the knowledge, the next step which comes is Avadi Gyan. But the Keval Gyan is such a supreme knowledge that it gives us to understand that we have to bow down, or that is the ultimate energy, ultimate scriptures, ultimate of our Jainism, what it is, how the karma is being shed and they have attained that knowledge. That is the reason we bow down. That is called Samay. Acharya is explaining that the system of philosophy, true reality, and knowledge, what is told by supreme ascetic Tirthankar and Ganadhars. His words put a stop to transmigration in the four states of Gati, which is Manushya Gati, Tiryanch Gati, Narak Gati, and Dev Gati, and lead to the state of moksha, that is liberation, that to Siddha Shila. The Samay and Agam is bowed down because of two reasons, that is its origin and its fruit. That is, origin is where it is existing, how it is being done, and by reading that, understanding that, cultivating that, it leads to give us a good yield of fruit. This is what our Prabhu has been telling. By attaining his knowledge through Keval Gyan, he has preached in so many Shamosharan, he has given this Vyakhya. And this is how our Acharyas or परंपरा से जो आचार्य की वाचनी हुई है, उससे जो आगे बढ़ के जब ताड़पत्र में लिखा गया और उसके बाद जो लिखित में आया paper sources में, then only we understand that see our agam is such an ancient, and what it is been written to understand each and every bit, that each person who attains Keval Gyan is a supreme to supreme, and that is how they understand whole worldly nature. So what is Samay, Lok and Alok? Moving to Panchastika is our, I have taken Gatha from 1 to, I'll try to cover at least till 12 or 13. But when we understand the sequence, what is Samay, Lok and Alok? We feel that Alokakash is such a vast area, and inside that there is a Lok. But that Lok is a 14 Raju. And in that there are so many substances which is being brought into it. The substances of Astikai ka Samuhu is called Samay. It is being told by Jinendra Bhagwan that substances of Astikai, what are those? That is Dharmastikai, Akashvastikai, Adharmastikai, Jivastikai, and Pudgalastikai. These five substances collectively constitute the Lok. The existence of five Astikai is Lokha. Beyond Lok is Alok, Akash, which is infinite, comprising just the pure state. पंचस्तिकाय पंचस्तिकाय में धर्मस्तिकाय अधर्मस्तिकाय akashvastikai pudgalastikai and jivastikai. I have collected the sum of these small photo pictures from Pachis Bowl and I have accumulated to understand how this is been narrated. जीव और पुद्गल की गति को सहायक देता है वह है धर्मस्तिकाय. जीव और पुद्गल ठहरने में जो सहायक देता है वह है अधर्मस्तिकाय. और जो आकाशवास्तिकाय है, जैसे when we mix sugar into the milk and it dissolves and we can't see to it that where is sugar and how it has been dissolved, that is why it's called akashvastikai, which gives sthan dene mein sahayak hai. जीवास्तिकाई which brings into our चंद्रमा की कला का दृष्टांत, जैसे गुण प्रकट होते हैं उस तरह से. And Pudgalastikai are all types of Pudgals, which we will discuss in later slides. The existence and body of Panchastikai. Dharma Dravya, Adharma Dravya, Akash Dravya, Jeev, Pudgal Kai. Dharma Dravya is the medium of motion. It gives the medium of motion to go further. Dharma as a kind of ether, which is a fulcrum of motion. As water assists the movement of moving fish, जैसे मछली को पानी सहायक बनता है, उसी तरह धर्मस्तिकाई भी assist the movement of moving. Adharma Dravya, the medium of rest, the fulcrum of motion, and adharma is the fulcrum of rest. It is opposite of dharma. And dharma is not that what we understand. This is a medium of motion. Adharma support all to rest, like एक पेड़ गाय को रेस्ट करने के लिए सहायक बनता है, उसी तरह अधर्म द्रव्य इज अ मीडियम ऑफ रेस्ट. आकाश. Akash is the space which is surrounded. Akash is that which follows space to other substance. Tatvartha ajavartikha. That is how we explain this. Akash is to allow other substances to enter into or penetrate itself. Jeev is the soul and Pudgalakaya, the matter bodies. What is Pudgal? Pudgal is a soul substance which has touch, taste, smell, and color. Material substance have form. That is why it is called the matter bodies. These are established in their own existence, satta, are inseparable from their own existence and have many space points, that is pradesh. In general, Bahu Pradeshi is called Astikaya. Panchastikai exist in Lok and the sixth Dravyas. The five Astikai substances exist and exhibit oneness with their various gunas and modes. Gunas is qualities or attributes, modes is paryay or with Astikai. The three worlds, Urdhvalok, Madhyalok, Adholok, comprises of these five substances. Total of 14 Rajjuka Lok, it is all comprising of all these five substances. Importantly, the time is Dravya and not Astikai. The five Astikais which attain Paryay modes due to modification of time, that is past, present and future Kal, are not and are permanent. That is where we say this. Paryay, every moment there is a changing. Dravya is not changing. Because Dravya is a substance which is there, but Paryay at every moment it changes. We all celebrate our birthday and we feel that we are crossing 1 year step higher and higher. But it is not that 1 year we have to wait to cross our age group. It is the daily moment. Each second there is a paryay which is happening in our body, with our sharir, with our atma, and that is how it is changing. Jeev is Jeev, Ajeev is Ajeev. Jeev cannot be called Ajeev, nor Ajeev can be called as Jeev. Jeev and Pudgal are Dravya, and moment it changes, but it is Nitya. Because of Anitya, also it changes. This is how we understand. That is why the metaphysics is such a beautiful topic and subject that it helps us to understand that it is not one way of our Jainism to be followed. There are a number of things which is going on. The padyas, the changes, the modes, the qualities, the attributes, and the substances of Astikai. This is how we understand the Panchastika exist in Lok and the six Dravyas. Six Dravya don't leave their own nature. The six substances enter into one another, provide room to one another, and mix with one another. Still, these do not leave their respective own nature, which is a Swabhav. The six Dravyas can move in same place. They can occupy the same space because of their mutual accommodating nature. Though they get interpreted, still each preserves its own proper nature. This is a metaphysics at its best. When we had this class and when sir was explaining this, he gave a beautiful example of that lemon juice, where how you prepare, how it is being done. All the ingredients are required to have a lemon juice with a tasty nature, how we can cherish. But once it is mixed, it is together. But each taste, if you don't put salt in it, whether we like that, if there is no sugar in it, whether we like that, no. That is how the paryas of six dravyas, which stays in respective one nature, but it provides room to one another to mix with each other, but still they leave their respective own nature so that they know that each one is important. That is how the example of water and milk also we understand, and according to that, lemon and juice as well. Lakshana of substance, dravya. Dravya substance refers to facts of experience. Satta refers to existence and reality. Because unless there is a satta refers to existence, we don't understand that. One may be abstracted from the other, but it is not different from the other as a fact, which we will discuss this in Saptabhangi in next 2 or 3 slides. Very importantly, which is said by our sir on the Gatha 10, according to the Tattva Sutra also, Sadadravya Lakshanam. Satta, existence means Astitva, which has origination, destruction, and permanence. It exists with guna and paryais. This is told by Sarvagya Paramatma. With a good, great example of golden ornaments, where we understand that a gold as a substance, when it as ornament is made out of it, the original limb of the gold goes under modification with its original form of destroyed vi and the new form born or produced, that is utpad. But the substance, the gold, continues and persists, that is dhruvas. In this process of change, this is how we understand that what is dravya and paryay. For every substances possesses the quality of permanence, together with organization utpada and vyay as modification of itself, and sat existence as it is technically called dravya. We will find various meanings in dravya in Sanskrit, Prakrit, or any other language. But this is the ultimate definition what has been given by our Acharya in this Panchastikai. And it is very clearly understandable with the form of this example of gold and its ornaments, lemon and its ingredients to make that particular lemon water, and milk and water comprising in it. Dravya and paryay, gun and dravya. This is a mixture. This is very, when I was doing this learning and presenting this, I felt that such a beautifully it is narrated. When Sir was telling, we understood it. But when we ourselves study, we get in more insight about it. The Dravya does not have origination and destruction. The Paryas causes origination, destruction, and permanence. Substance does not exist without Paryaya. Similarly, Parihai does not exist without Dravya. It is such a beautifully explained that if one has to exist, the other one has to be there. If other one is there, the other one will not exist without that help. So when we are doing genealogy, when we get teachers like this who explains us, we feel that without the teacher, we will not get gyan. And vice versa, the students who are interested will give a good impression to the teachers as well to elaborate more, to explain more, because the candidate is so much interested into it and he wants to learn. This is how the Paramatma proclaims that the object is one, which is Abhed. The guna qualities do not exist without dravya. And similarly, substance is not possible with guna. Therefore, object is one with two gunas and dravya. With this, I just want to end my talk by giving what is Saptabhangi and what are its features. Because when we understand, we cannot be predicting that one is right, other one is not right. One is not right, other one is right. Syadvad and its counterpart appear at the first sight, self-conflicting and unwarranted. The principles are of reality as a substratum and justification. Closer examination reveals in them a clear grasp of truth. Every other theory of knowledge is fading into insignificance before the principle of conditional prediction. The only thing we have to remember is that the point of view is different in each case. There is nothing mysterious, nothing incredible. When the same subject can have two such predicates, can monopolize the subject to itself. There will always be some aspect of subject left out by the predict, and the left out aspect can very well be expressed by the rival predict. This is how it gives us that if I am giving my version of what is understood and the another my friend gives another version, I can't say that I am right or he is right, or he is right, wrong and I am right. The nature itself, it says that what is interpreted by myself and what is interpreted by him, my friend, will put into the place. That is how the Saptabhangi plays a biggest role. This implies that under no circumstances can we have a prediction, which only true prediction about the subject. This fact becomes fourth main predictions. The seven nuisance systems are Syadasti, perhaps it is, Syadanasti, perhaps it is not, Syad Asti Nasti, perhaps it is and it is not. Syad Avyaktavya, perhaps it is indescribable. Syad Asti Avyaktva, perhaps it is describable and perhaps it is not. Syad Nasti, which says that it is not describable. Syad Asti Nasti Avyaktva, perhaps it is and perhaps it is not, and it is indescribable. This is how I end my talk about metaphysics, which I have taken and I have understood with a short of para 1 Gata 1 se at least 12th or 13th Gata that I have tried to cover and understand myself and express this to all of you. The sources were collected from Panchastikai text and absolutely no doubt the teachings of Sri Achyut Kansar and Madam. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
बहुत सुंदर, बहुत ही सुंदर.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very well presented, Jaideep ji.
Thank you, sir.
Ramesh ji, are you going to present?
Well, I'll try my best. Actually, I am on travel and I am middle of something, but I'll try my best. May not be anywhere near Jaideep ji. So you have to be little kind enough to me. Because one, I am not a very regular student. Two, Jaideep ji has presented so well, so I am already feeling nervous.
No, sir.
And three, I am
No, no,
absolutely
no.
not prepared.
Sir, I am also not prepared, sir. Yesterday, when sir told tomorrow is the last day, yesterday night I had to sit down full night and I had done this, sir.
So you had at least yesterday night's time, Jaideep. I had a time 15 minutes back saying that I have to present. So I didn't even know I have to present two papers or one present. And I have to rush to meet the collector where I put on hold. I said,
Okay.
because Achyutji has told today is the last day. Anyhow, I'll not waste further time.
Sure.
And I'll try to present best possible what I have little bit understood listening to his recorded classes. So can I start, Achyutji?
Sure, you can start.
Okay, so we are talking something about a very deep subject. With the different times and with the dawn of civilization, many philosophies, many school of thoughts, many Western countries has tried to solve this riddle of universe. They have to find, they are trying to find what the universe was, what was its origin and destiny, its size, shape, and most importantly, who created it, by how and when. The result of these celebration has given rise to the number of theories and have taken a form of different philosophical schools. The answer given by the different school of thoughts are at considerable variance from each other. One will be surprised that in Bible they say the Christ has created this universe. He was creating mountains on Monday, sea on Tuesday, the earth on Wednesday, and he got tired on Saturday and he took rest on Sunday. That's what it is written in Bible. For us, it looks very, very uh, silly and jokingly. So so it's very contradictory and mystery depend on uh, which school of thought it says, and it is getting more and more confused and never resolved. So the fundamental is the philosophy means thinking about the universe. Our minds are always in the search of the ultimate search of the truth. And what is the ultimate reality of the world is the root of questions, and the philosophers and the philosophies have attempted to give the so-called final answer. Now coming to the Jain concept of reality. In the Jain, the whole concept of the reality is very straightforward, clear, and there is absolutely no confusion. Among the multitude of philosophy, Jain philosophy provide the answer to the questions that appear simple, logical, and convincing. Apart from what the philosophers are told and what of other school of thoughts have been told, when I have first learned about this metaphysics, first time after listening to Achutji and doing some reading myself, I personally believed it's absolutely convincing and logical. There was neither any beginning of this universe, nor it is going to be an end. In other words, neither the universe was created at any time, nor it will be destroyed. There being no origin in the past or end in the future. Since the universe was never created, the question of creation or the creator does not arise. This universe has been there eternally and it's going to be there infinitely forever. Nobody created this. According to Jain thought, the basic constituents of the reality of the soul are jiva, matter, pudgal, motion, dharma, rest, adharma, space, akash, and the time, kala. Space is understood to be infinite in all direction, but not all the space is inhabitable. A finite region of the space usually describes as taking the shape of the standing man with the arms of akimbo is the only region of the space that can contain anything. This is so because the only region of the space that is pervaded with dharma. The principle of motion, adharma, is not simply the absence of dharma. Many people take adharma as absence of dharma, but rather the principle causes the object to stop moving. The physical world resides in the narrow part of the middle of the inhabitable space. The rest of the inhabitable universe may contain gods or other spirits. Umaswati defines Sat as a possessing, origination, decay, and permanence. This is very clearly explained in the recorded thing, which I very clearly understood was Utpad, Vyay, and Dravya. As for the conscious or unconscious originated without living its own nature, it is called origination. And the instant jar originates from clay without leaving the nature of clay. Decay is the name of the leaving the formal mode. As for example, the clay leaves its formal mode when it becomes a jar. Permanence is the essential characteristics of the substance which remains unchanged in both the conditions, origination and the decay. It is neither created nor destroyed. It is eternal. It is changeless. As for the instance, the essential nature of the clay remains unchanged among the various modes. So I have taken the examples of the clay, but It can be taken examples in many different forms like gold or any other example. But the point here, if I understood rightly, Achuji, you can correct me, has taken is the soul is the real character which is compared to the clay, and what we or Pudgals changes the forms, and the change is universal and comes into the real form. And that's the essence why these examples has been taken and told. Jain believes in existence of six ultimate real substance and the substance continue to the whole universe. There are Dharmastikaya, the medium of motion, Adharmastikaya, the medium of rest, Akasastikaya, space, Jivastikaya, physical existence of soul, Pudgalastikaya, matter and energy, Kala, time. The first five substances are called Astikaya because each of them is homogeneous in continuum, composed on multiple parts. Kala is time, also included in the above list as a sixth substance, but it is not Astikaya. The term Astikaya is compound word made of the Asti and Kaya, which is respectively mean real. Asti is real existence and extensive body. Dharmastikaya. These are the non-physical real substance at the media of motion and rest respectively. As he has given a right example of the water and the fish, I think that is a very appropriate example. I have to learn something from that. I mean, Dharmastika is not a thing which can be very easily to be explained because something, this is a very, very deep. So I will just sum it up like by passively assist the motion or the rest of the mobile or stationary objects, positively Dharmastika is that the static state. Not even the minute vibrant is possible without the assistance of the positive either. Hence, where there is no other and there is no neither physical or non-physical existence. The opposite to Dharmastika is been Adharmastika. That is something related with the motion, and this is something related with the rest, where he has given the example of the tree, which is a very appropriate example of the same. Akastikaya, known that is which is capable of allowing the space to the jivas, pudgals, dharma, adharma, and kala to be akasa according to the Jainism. Akasa is eternal, all pervasive, and all the objects of the universe exist in it, and it's not no form. It is a single substance having infinite paradises. Hence, it is called Akas Astikaya. Akasastikaya is of two divisions, Lokasha and Alokasha. Loka is the shape in which Dharma, Adharma, Kala, Pudgal, and Jiva exist. And that is beyond Lokasaka. Lokasaka is called Alokasaka. Jainism believe in two various varieties of space. One is called Lokakasa, or that the space in which other substance exists. This variety of space is called universe in our ordinary language. Jainism doesn't believe in the universe space only, but admits space beyond the universe as well. It is whole the universe space of Lokakasa. Lokakasa. There is Alokakasa as well, which is pure space in which hold the and no substance. In this whole the space is no substance of the universe exists. Hence, it is called Alokakasha. The division is not in Akasa itself, but is due to the relations with the other five substances. Hence, Akasa is a single substance which has infinite pradesha. When it is relatively divided into Lokakasha and Alokakasha, Lokakasha has innumerable pradeshas, where Alokakasha has infinite pradeshas. Having taken innumerable pradeshas, that is the pradesha of Lokakasha from Akasha as a whole, the remaining pradesha of Alokakasha are still infinite. Space is self-supported, while the other substance are not. They are accommodated in it. Jivastikaya, the most important, rather central element of substance of the universe is animated living substance is called soul or the jiva. Around this, the entire universe is related to. These are the infinite number of souls of each which has been separate and self-sufficient entity. There has been coexistence with the universe, thus they are also beginningless and endless. What I understood is the number of jivas has always been same. It's been in existence. Only thing the forms are same. As one breaks the cycle of birth and death and becomes Siddha, the jiva moves to the shapeless form of Siddha. Few are in the space of Tirthankara, some resides in Devlok, some resides in Triyansh Gati, some resides in Narak Gati, and some resides in the Marukya Gati. But the number of jivas has always been same. But it only thing it goes through is the changes depends on it karmas. The soul, which is also been referred as a jiva, has a real nature of infinite knowledge, infinite happiness, bliss, and maybe trying to achieve perfection or what we call liberation. Mundana souls are all different classes according to the level of consciousness outwardly manifested by the senses, which we have one sense, two sense, three, four, and five. The reason of the transmigration of the soul is in its association with the matter overpowers with the inherent qualities of the soul by assuming microscopic forms like waves, which are known as karmas. Again, the association of the soul and the karmas in the beginning is less, so much so that under the influence of karma, the soul has forgotten its real power. Basically, the soul is pure, has infinite knowledge, happiness, and the bliss. Due to the karmas and karma varganas, it comes and occupies or forms the layers or occupies the space on the soul, and hence it is unable to see or unable to experience the real qualities of the soul. And that's the explanation of Jivastikaya. Coming to Pudgal, the second important animal of the universe is a matter of Pudgalastikaya, non-living, inanimate, and non-conscious matter has form and can be touched, taste, seen, and smell. Actually, this is the only element with form of six substances constituting the universe. The smallest particle of the matter described in Jain philosophy to be so fine that we have to adopt to its oriental name, that is the Parmanu. Parmanu is in, in, indivisible, extremely subtle. Skanda refers to the groups of molecules, that is Parmanus, and when molecules are grouped together, they are Varga, and the process of grouping is called Vargana. There are infinite numbers of types of Vargana according to the Gomaswar Jivaskanda, that are 23 types of main varieties found in the Lokakasha on the basis of the number of Parmanus present in the cluster. And this is where the Parmanu of Karma Vargana are innumerable in the space and depends on the type of likes and dislikes what the soul goes through will attracts on the nature of the likes and dislikes attracts these different type of karma varganas on the soul, and that's how the soul goes slowly into the darkness, depends on the what type of karmas it attracts. The sixth substance is called, but this doesn't come under astikaya. The last substance, there has been no time in the non-universe. The distinctive mark of the time is patches of time. This has been defined in the divided exactly into two cycles. One is Avsarpini, regression, and one is in Uttarpini, progression. Each cycle is different into six different divisions of Kal. Each of the six is not uh, equal in its. They are not equally divided. So these six are what we know: Sukha, Sukham, 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 Dukham, Dukham, Sukham, Dukham, and Dukham, Dukham. Again, Jain has his own way of explaining the time. Samaya, the smallest unit of explain the above. Nimisha, the innumerable Samaya as explained above. Kasta, 15 Nimisha. Kala, 20 Kasta. Ghati, 20 Kasta and little more. Murata, 12 Ghatis. 7 day and night is 10 Murata. Month is 30 days and night, and year is 12 months. It may be mentioned in the passing that since the universe is the beginning, less time equivalent to the innumerable, Sagropams has already passed and will continue infinitum. However, there are time cycles manifesting themselves, which will be divided age in the universe into the different parts of the time. Of these, one cycle consists of two kalas, as I explained, Avsarpini and Upsarpini. And what I explained, those six are the aras. Finally, I would like to conclude, philosophy means thinking about the universe. Our mind is always search of ultimate truth. What is ultimate reality of the world is the root question, and the philosophers are attempted to give the so-called final answer. It will not be improper to mention that the entire metaphysics world is divided into idealism and realism. If we want to study the essential feature of the philosophy, we have to establish the close contact with the main trends of idealism and realism. As per the idealism, the mind only determines the objects and doesn't create them. Determination and creation are different things. There are different idealistic and realistic view in Western and Eastern philosophies. The general conception of realism is that whatever it is real in the sense of that it exists, functions independently of any mind and its interferences whatsoever. According to the Jain metaphysics, the universe is uncreated entity that has always been existing and shall always be there. There has neither beginning nor the universe, nor it is going to end. All the existence of the universe, but each tries to prove its own point of view. As per the Lord Mahavira, founder of Jainism, the universe is composed of extensive substances, as I explained. So, according to the prominent Jainacharya Uma Swati, the definition of reality is Sat, that is existence. According to him, Sat means the possession of origination, decay, and permanence. When a substance, conscious or unconscious, originates without living its own nature, it is called origination. Decay is the name of the living, the former mode. Permanence is the essential characteristics of the substance which remains unchanged, both conditions and origination of the decay. As I told, Utpada, Vyaya, Dravya. I think these three are the most important thing one need to understand, start believing if one wants to understand this universe. And I think the essentials for my takeaway from this, whatever little I have learned, is Utpada, Vyaya, and Dravya. Thank you so much, Achutji. I hope I justified not by explaining or not by presenting it properly, at least for your time and attention to this. Thank you.
It was very nicely presented. Don't worry about it. If you are comfortable, I would suggest you to present theory of karma.
Yeah,
Do you have,
definitely. I would like to do that.
because
That's
you
my
yours because you
Yes.
yourself written all the assignments and it was very interesting. So I would suggest you to present right now, if you could.
yeah, definitely. I had a great time writing myself and understanding. But as you also know, it's a very
बहुत
difficult
अच्छा
to.
प्रेजेंट किया, बहुत ही सुंदर, बहुत
I don't
बढ़िया.
know. I really done a justification
No,
of
you have
yours.
No,
done,
no,
you
very
have done
nice.
well. You have
Very
done
nice.
very
You have
well.
covered so
Time,
nicely.
time is you people time. So much of you have given to listen to me, and that's me. I think I have worth it, whatever. Because after literally hearing to him, I told Smita that I want to drop it and do it later day.
No, no, it's very good, very
Very
nice.
nice, sir. You covered
No,
everything.
no, no.
Covered every
So,
points and very
Yeah.
nicely done.
so, so quickly, I will go to the subject called uh, karma. the doctrine of karma in Jainism. Jain believes that the karma is a physical substance that is everywhere in the universe. Karma particles are attracted to the soul by the action of the soul. Karma particles are attracted when we do think or say things which we kill something or any of our actions, or what we lie and what we steal and so on. In fact, the real meaning of karma, frankly speaking, I have learned
आप म्यूट हो गए हैं.
exactly taking from his class. I have written in my assignment and which I am going to read it today. So I'll just start with the meaning of karma. According to the Jain philosophy, the ultimate truths are dravya, guna. Hello,
Now you're
am I
audible.
audible?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just got disconnected. So I'm just going to directly go to the meaning of karma. There are infinite dravya in the universe, but the categories are only 6. Karma, a type of substance, belongs to the category called Pudgal. So basically, first time I understood that karma is Pudgal, Dravya. Pudgal consists of 2 types of substance, Parmanu, atom, and Skanda molecule. Parmanu is invisible and extremely subtle. Skanda refers to the group of molecules, and the group of molecules or Varga clusters, and that further grouping is called Vargana. There are infinite numbers of types of Vargana according to the Bhagavati Sutra. There are 8 types of important from the point of view of the association of the soul. That is Vargana. Gomatsva Jivaskanda provides another type of classification of Varganas. There are 23 types of Varganas found all over the Loka Kasha on the basis of the number of Parmanus present in the cluster. That is, few Varganas are Bhasha Vargana, Mano Vargana, and Karma Vargana. Most important for us today is Karma Vargana. In Lokakasha, there are countless groups of Karma Vargana. When the soul Jiva strongly likes or dislikes something in its thoughts, words, or action, it affects those Karma Vargana, causing them to change and attract to the soul. This attachment is known as Ek Kshetra Aragraha Sambandha. Ek Kshetra Aragraha means one space which occupies in the soul by this karma vargana. I hope I am right here in my understanding. In Jainism, although we can only see material substances, not all substances are visible to us. Karma is a type of invisible material substances that take shapes based on our actions,
Ramesh,
thoughts, and emotions. Aji?
sorry to interrupt you. You were not visible properly. Now the camera angle is
Okay,
fine.
so sorry. Yeah. Karma is a type of invisible material substance that takes shape based on our action, thoughts, and emotions. Because we can't see the atoms and molecules, we can't see karma also. Types of karma, there are only 2 types of karmas. There are only 1 type of karma, but it has been classified different school of thoughts in different way. There has, and it also been classified. The first classification comes to Dravya and Bhava karmas. Bhava karmas refers to the karma that is done with the emotions which mainly occurs internally. Dravya karma refers to the karma that is done through the speech and action, which mainly occurs externally. Bhava karma causes dravya karma, and dravya karma causes bhava karma. They are mutually related to each other. Another classification is ghati and agati karmas. I think you people all knows karma. I mean, there are 8 categories. 4 are ghati karmas. They can hide or block the true nature of the soul, making it difficult for its true natural qualities to show. The remaining qualities are agati karmas. These karmas still affect the soul, but don't stop its true qualities. So ghati karmas, knowledge, obscuring karmas, nana varniya karma. These karmas cloud the soul ability to know and understand the nana varniya karma are 5 types. Mati nana varniya, which clouds the knowledge obtained through the senses. Shrutra Nanavarnya, which clouds the gain from interpreting signs like words and reading. Avadik Nanavarnya, which hides the transcendental knowledge of material things. Mana Praya Nanavarnya Karma, which hints the knowledge of the other's thoughts. Keval Gnana Karma, which hinders the knowledge of the understanding of the entire universe and the complete knowledge. Dashnavarniya karma, perception, obscuring karma. These karmas weakens the soul's power of perception. There are 4 types. Chakshu, Dashnavarniya, karma affects the vision based on eye. Chakshu, karma affects overall perception, thinking beyond just the eye. Avadhi, Dashnavarniya, karma affects understanding of the material things beyond ordinary senses. Kevala Dashnavarniya, karma absolutely hinders absolute perception. The last step, the last step fully blocks the perception, while the other 3 causes disturbances through specific conditions. Additionally, there are 5 other karmas which reduce physio-psychological states where the sense of organs are inactive, preventing perception. These are 5 sleep including karmas, nidra karmas. Nidra karmas includes a light, easily disrupted sleep. Nidra includes deep sleep requiring strong stimuli to wake up. Prachala karma includes while sitting or standing. Prachala karma includes sleep even while walking. Sthana gridi karma causes sleepwalking or acting unconsciously. The king of karmas and the most dangerous karma is Monia karma. Monia karma arises from the attachment, which is considered the most dangerous of the 8 karmas, because attachments is the below to the most rest causes of the passions, kashayas. It is also most difficult karmas to overcome. When Mohaniya karma is fully eradicated, the self becomes from all the passions leading to liberation. Darshana Mohaniya karma. The Darshana Mohaniya karma causes a disturbance of the knowledge of the religious truth inherent in the jiva by natural deposition. They are further divided in the 3 types of according to the whether disturbance in all the absolute or partial ones. Mithyatva karma, this causes complete unbelief or heterodoxy. If it realizes itself, the jiva does not believe the truth claimed by the Lord Mahavira. He believes false prophets to be the saints and enjoy false doctrines. Samyak mithyatva. This produces a mixed belief. If it operates the soul waves to and from between the true and false. It is indifferent to the religion of the jina and has no predilection for and not hatred against it. Samyaktva karma It includes some correct belief, although not fully. It represents a preliminary understanding of the truth, free from harmful misconception. Charitra Mohaniya, out of this is again the most difficult one. Charitra Mohaniya karma disrupt the right conduct of the soul. The disruption has 16 passion kashaya, the 6 non-passions, 3 6 non-passion and 3 specific passions. 4 main passions kashayas are Krodh, Maya, Lobh, Krodh, Maya, Man, Lobh. Each passions have 4 levels of intensity: Anantanubandhi, Apraktyakhyana, Pratyakhyana, and Samvalana. Each one has an intensity. Anantanubandhi is the highest intensity and Sanjana is the lowest intensity. The 6 non-kashayas are Hasya, Rati, Arati, Shok, Bhaya, Jugupsa. All this motion hinders the practice of the right conduct. There are 3 gender-specific passions or Purush Veda, Stri Veda, Napunsaka Veda. Up next to the Mohaniya karma is Antaraya karma. Antaraya karma creates obstacles to the soul energy in 5 ways. Dana Antaraya karma, Labha Antaraya karma, Bhog Antaraya karma, Upabhog Antaraya karma, Virya Antaraya karma. I will quickly move to Aghati karmas. Ayu karma. The Ayu karma confers on being the quality of life in one from state to the another existence. Jati Ayu karma and Ghati Ayu karma. Jati Ayu karma is how many senses of living will get in the next life. How many senses of living will get in the next life. Ghati Ayu karma is which of the 4 Ghatis, namely Dev Ghati, Manushya Gati, Tiranj Gati, Nav Gati, the living being will be the born in the next life. Nama karma. The Nama karma causes individuals.
Ramesh, you can also conclude.
I can conclude it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got the gist of your presentation. If you want, you can also conclude.
So the conclusion is, in fact, I had this book a long time with me, which I never went through. Still, I have not gone through fully. Justice Tukol. He's one of the greatest book he has written on Jainism, which was not been reprinted for a long time, and then it got reprinted by my friends. This one, and he has written very simple way on the karma. The Jain doctrine of karma lies in the providing the rational and satisfying explanation to the unexplainable phenomena of the birth and death, happiness and misery, and inequalities, and the existence of different species of living being. The sutra, one of the oldest canons of Jainism states, here in East, West, South, North, many human beings have been born according to their merit. They are inhabitants of this our world. Some are Aryas, some are non-Aryas, some are noble families, some in non-noble families, some big men, some small men, some good complexion, some bad complexion, some handsome, some ugly. And these men's, some men's are king and some are poor. And this is the single line of proof of how the karmas work. And this is, as per me, is the real understanding of the karma. I hope I justified your time. Thank you, Achyut for giving me this opportunity quickly after completing my presentation with the first on Panchastikaya.
Very well done. Very well done. Is there anyone else who want to present?
Thank you. If you can permit me, if I can leave. Thank you.
Yeah, sure, sure. Okay, okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Komal ji, do you want to present today? चलिए, अब कोई नहीं है। चलिए, सभी के प्रेजेंटेशंस बहुत अच्छे हुए और सब ने कुछ कुछ नया प्रस्तुत किया और संग्रह किया, मेहनत की। निश्चित रूप से आप लोगों के प्रेजेंटेशन सुनकर और असाइनमेंट्स को पढ़ करके बहुत खुशी हुई। आप लोगों ने बहुत अच्छी अच्छी बातें लिखी हैं, अच्छी अच्छी बातें कही हैं। सबके बहुत अच्छे प्रेजेंटेशंस थे और बहुत ही अच्छे असाइनमेंट्स हुए। चलिए, तो ऑफिशियली अब जो क्या कहें, ये जो प्रेजेंटेशन और असाइनमेंट्स थे वो आप लोगों के कंप्लीट हो जाते हैं, आप लोग निर्भर हो जाते हैं और अब आप आनंद से अपने एग्जाम्स की तैयारी करिएगा, पढ़िएगा और जितना जितना सिलेबस रहेगा उतना उतना अपन करेंगे। स्मिता जी, आपका बहुत असमंजस में है, क्या है कुछ समझ ही नहीं आता।
नहीं सर, मैं सिर्फ सपोर्ट कर रही हूँ रमेश सर को, मैं बाद में कंटिन्यू करूँगी।
अच्छा अच्छा, ओके, चलिए ठीक है, फिर अभी तो
थैंक यू
समय
सो
हो गया
मच
है।
सर, वेरी नाइस, थैंक यू।
कल हॉलीडे है तो कल अपनी क्लास नहीं हो पाएगी। परसों सैटरडे को अपनी क्लास रहेगी जिसमें अपन रिमेनिंग जो गुलिस्तान है उसके बारे में चर्चा करेंगे।
कल हॉलीडे क्यों है?
अक्षय तृतीया मानो।
ओह,
बसवा जयंती।
आई डोंट नो उसके लिए दिया गया या किसी और चीज के लिए।
हाँ,
But
एक और
बसवा
रीजन
जयंती।
है। हाँ, बसवा जयंती भी है कल।
ठीक,
ठीक है,
जयदीप
फिर
जी
मिलते
बहुत
हैं
अच्छा
सभी
था
से
आपका
सैटरडे को।
प्रेजेंटेशन। आप
सभी
लोग
के बहुत
शेयर
अच्छे थे
करेंगे ना?
स्मिता जी।
हाँ,
सभी के
नहीं
प्रेजेंटेशन
तो
रिकॉर्ड
सब
हुए
लोग
हैं।
शेयर करेंगे ग्रुप में, एक बार देखने का मौका मिलेगा।
हाँ, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। अपनी जो
बात
प्लेलिस्ट है मैंने सभी में उनके प्रेजेंटेशन नाम सहित जोड़े हैं, जिसके जब भी हुए हैं आप आराम से गो थ्रू कर सकते हैं। सभी
जी।
ने बहुत अच्छे प्रेजेंटेशन दिए हैं, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम अरुणा जी टू आज तो रमेश जी का लास्ट हुआ टू रमेश जी। ईच एंड एवरी वन प्रेजेंटेड वेरी ब्यूटीफुली।
वो रमेश सर वाज वेरी नर्वस, वो बोले नहीं देंगे, मैंने बोला कि अभी आप दे दो,